Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's MacGuffin1247 and returning to my original format for videos now, just doing a little bit of commentary over the top of my build, just to kind of run you through a few things and also help hopefully explain any questions you might have. But if there's anything else you want to know about the build or anything else at all about building in Fallout, I'm by no means an expert, but feel free to drop a question in the comments and I'll get back to you. I love building in Fallout. It reminds me of the kind of old days of The Sims before it got super complicated, but still gives you a super amount of creativity. And despite the fact that my last few builds have all been quite similar from the outside in this kind of like industrial metal structure, inside they're all quite different. So I want to just talk through what we've got here. So of course I've got a camp companion on hand dressed in a yellow hazmat suit, and that just for me helps with the immersion of it. So this one is level fun from the Backrooms. Now obviously the Backrooms has a wide and varied lore and also wide and varied interpretation of that lore, and I know that no lore in the Backrooms is strictly definitive, but I kind of based mine off the level fun from the Escape the Backrooms game on Steam, because I just loved the environment of being in that game, and just it felt the most relevant to what I could achieve in Fallout. As you can see, we've got the kind of party room here, and very helpfully the Fallout build system has some happy birthday banners. Heart balloons, okay, might not be spot on for this, but I think the amount of red balloons in level fun, or at least the version I had in my head, they fit well, and you kind of almost don't mind that they're hearts because they've got that foil reflectiveness. It just kind of adds to the look, I think. Also got some party streamers hanging from the ceiling, and just some decoration, as much decoration as I could put in without it filling too over the top. Some presents in the corner. Now this is quite interesting. So because of the maze-like structure that this build has, the NPC companion that I've got at my camp seems to clip in and out of the party room quite frequently, which, considering the backstory of this particular build, is quite funny. So the party room, really simple setup here, lots of decorations, multicolored walls, horrible stark lighting, and you know, the kind of crappy chairs and tables you might get at a really dilapidated kid's birthday party. What? I'm sorry about that, folks. I don't know where that came from. That was really odd. Anyway, carrying on. As you can see from the build, I've gone for a kind of a bit of a labyrinth type structure to give the feeling of an endless hallway and an endless level. You know, we've got a few children's toys dotted about, particularly ones that I felt looked quite creepy, that I either found as camp items or in the world. We've obviously got some Nuka-Cola cups that are scattered throughout the wasteland in Fallout 76. They made a great addition to this. I would have loved to have got more kind of kids party themed cups, or those kind of red solo cups, but despite the fact that in the game, as far as I'm aware, they're not placeable as camp items or as junk in camp displays. Now this bit I quite enjoyed. So this is technically a little entrance to my secret area, which allows me to have some workbenches in the camp when it's active, because as I've said before, I like to keep my camps practical as well as immersive. So the orange walls I feel fit really well with the aesthetic that I've seen from the kind of reference materials I looked at. The one thing that I would say I'd love to change about this is the partygoers. The creatures that I have managed to put together are essentially mannequins with ghoul costumes on and then straitjackets. Not quite there, but I think still creepy enough. I know there are several interpretations of the style of the partygoers, so you know, for me, I just wanted to go for something that felt like it fit within the game. You'll see the kind of oil bottle there, cooking oil bottle, which I've had to stand in as an almond water. And then also in the party room, there's a red bottle which is like a liquid pain type bottle. We've got some death moths going on as well. I also felt that this space was quite empty compared to some of the other levels I built, so wanted something to kind of add a little bit of intrigue around a corner so that it didn't feel too empty. I always like this to be a little fun as well, so got this little kind of entrance area, which in my mind is kind of the access point that the M.E.G organisation or the async organisation, whichever version of the law you prefer, gains access to this particular level, kind of punching a hole through reality. And I quite like the idea of having it so that there's always a little kind of joke there, whether that's a commentary on the on the level itself, on the build, or even an existential question, who knows. But yeah, I love kind of adding those little things in there. Oh, and there is our one of our explorers. Give a little thumbs up there, and a thumbs up to you as well. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate you checking this video out. I know that there is so much Backrooms content out there, and I hope that my content at least serves as a little bit of something different, crossing two quite passionate fandoms together in a kind of weird Venn diagram of geekiness, but I hope you like it. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video coming soon. Cheers, guys.